Hi, I'm WELS President Mark Schrader. The training that WELS pastors receive before going out to serve God's people is extensive, and for good reason. Most of us know the traditional way of becoming a WELS pastor through Martin Luther College and Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary. But did you know that there is another route to becoming a WELS pastor as well? It's called the Pastoral Studies Institute.
This WELS church in Orange County, California, recently hosted a very special and unique installation service, a trilingual installation service in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese.
Cầu Chúa ban phước cho quý ông bà anh chị em.
Goosebumps. I still get goosebumps. It was amazing.
The members knew for years that the harvest field in their area was ripe, in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. All they needed were the right pastors to lead these efforts.
It was like Vietnamese, English, and Spanish. Could we do all three here? Oh my goodness. And it was like everyone just thought, that's crazy.
So they thought. That is, until they learned that Pastor Trung and Pastor Hagen
Juguete favorito en tu casa?
would both be assigned here from Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary. Even though these two WELS pastors were ordained together and graduated from Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary together, they did not actually study together. They studied in the two programs that WELS offers for becoming a pastor in our synod.
I suppose another option would be that this is the apodosis. We talked about how
The first route, which Pastor Hagen took, is the traditional route, studying first at Martin Luther College and then at Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary. Throughout his ministerial education, Pastor Hagen was provided opportunities to study Spanish, in addition to the required Greek and Hebrew.
It's encouraging to see that the seminary is producing a lot more opportunities and a lot more guys that are capable of sharing the gospel, not only in English, but at least in Spanish and maybe other languages.
So then he discusses that whole.
The second route for becoming a WELS pastor is the Pastoral Studies Institute, or PSI. This is the program in which Pastor Trung studied.
We work with congregations as they work into their community and they find different people groups. And these people groups, whether they're from China or Pakistan or Nepal, Vietnam, wherever, they end up becoming members of their congregation. And usually what happens is a leader rises up out of that congregation, and hopefully the pastor will approach him and say, "Hey, have you ever thought about being a pastor to your people group?"
This begins a multi-year process in which a man can receive pastoral training through visiting PSI seminary professors without needing to leave his current job or uproot his family and move to Martin Luther College or Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary.
The quality of education that the men receive off campus is exactly the same par and level that you would receive at Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary.
Because our synod offers these two programs of study to become a WELS pastor, we can share Christ's love with a wider variety of people.
The fact that we got a fresh grad speak Spanish and a Vietnamese speaking person in the same year, that's crazy. You can't plan for that. That's totally the work of God.
I think everybody's eyes have been opened to that idea that we're preparing the church, the campus, and everything for three congregations, not just us like it used to be. It is scary to do it, but the rewards are well beyond anything we could have imagined.
If we're going to share the good news of Jesus Christ, the only way that we're going to be able to do it is by being able to do it in their native language.
Jesus just simply loves souls. He does not see skin color. What he sees is souls. What he doesn't hear is different languages. What he sees is a soul that he died for.
If your congregation is situated in or near a community that speaks a language other than English, learn about how you might be able to reach out to them at wels.net/joint missions.